kids and creative parents. So today, since it's the day right before Thanksgiving, here's a quick project you can do that you can use at your place setting. We're going to do Thanksgiving candle covers. Here's the thing you need, something very simple. You're going to need just a piece of fall colored, whatever that means to you, construction paper, piece of tracing paper, marker, scissors, and tape. So, as you can see, we have a cutout design so that the light can show through. And always for Thanksgiving, I always like to be able to think about what exactly is it we are thankful for. So as we're doing this, you can think about this, and I wrote on there what I'm thankful for in the margins of my, where you can see through and you can let the light see. Now, because this is paper, I'm going to tell you, you probably should use battery operated tea lights. So, and I am setting this on something so that it reaches up, but I'm also going to show you how to kind of design a little lower so that the light catches in all of your little mirrors, and you could turn it around and see all the things that I'm thankful for this year. So I put my big things in on the sides of my leaves, and then I put other stuff outside. All right. So friends, family, and faith are my big things, and then outside I have art, my health, love, my home, and food, of course. We can always be thankful for food. All right, so now you see that I have used a leaf pattern. I'm going to suggest for you a couple of things. Choose a shape. It does not have to be a leaf. I did that because it was just fun to do. For little people, that might get tiresome. This is also going to be an exercise in cutting. So I've already started one that is going to use circles. But first of all, let me show you how I folded the paper. So, you know me in measuring with art. I'm not going to do that. So, we're going to, at the same time, we're going to fold together and kind of get an idea of where the paper is going to go, right? So after you do that, then go ahead and make some good creases. You just end to end, and then do that again. And it doesn't have to be perfectly, because you're going to tape this together. So the tape is what's going to make it okay. But this is how you can come to it. And then, so that's the initial overall design that we're going for. Set that aside. I would go ahead and say, do the same kind of thing with your sheet of tracing paper, because we want it, I'm going to show you an easy way to just cut out your little windows, because it's not going to be as hard as you think. Okay, and there. We're going to set that aside and come back to that in a little bit. There's that. So if you don't want to choose a hard shape, for older kids who are really good with scissors, I'd say go for the leaf. Now here's the other thing. If you don't have a template for a leaf, or you don't want to draw your own, because that's what you can do, is draw your own and then use it on all three windows, you could actually take a real leaf, go get one out of the yard and trace it, and then you could be cutting it out. But like I said, I'm going to show you a simpler shape. And for this one, you can use, like a jar, even like in this, smaller circles, because I'm going to do a jiggy thing where I use double circles, because I like the idea of having a small circle to add more colors. I added orange and red to my yellow to make it look a little more fall-y. So that's what I wanted to do. So on the back, this is where you're going to draw whatever it is your shape. So you see, I have circles that are inside my circles, and that's where we're going to cut. So I would say if you don't have something very sharp, use a pencil, poke through each of the places where you're going to cut. And I even did this with my leaves. I just poked it straight through, because then you're just going to cut go back in with your scissors and just start to cut. And you can see with my circle what I'm doing. I'm making relief cuts, and that just means cuts that are going to make it easier for me to go right around and get all the pieces out. I'm going to make 4 initial relief cuts. So you can see, it's like when you make a hat, for the top of the hat. And so then you just go on around your circle, following your pattern, and cut it all out. And again, I wouldn't worry about it being so perfect. It's going to turn out looking fine once we get all of our pieces in it. And again, this is not meant to be a difficult thing. There you go. And see, I even like that it's off-centered. It's not perfect. I didn't even want to put it in the direct center, but a circle in a circle, it's kind of hard. So there's my first one. I'm going to do the same thing. Just wanted to make my 4 cuts. And so there we have it. We have 3 little windows, and I have my pops of color. So this is what we have on the back. So we've already folded these. Here's what you can do to make this simpler. Just go ahead and cut. And we've cut them about the same width, so it's probably going to fit into our little cover, candle cover, more easily because we've made them about the same width. Okay, so then after that, all I did was about a half it will cover it. But the thing you can do with it is just go ahead and measure it. About half is going to be good. So I've already done that. I already have myself 3. So after that, you're just going to lay it over top. But the way I'm actually going to do it is they're going to be a little lower so that the light of the candle doesn't have to stretch up so much, or that you don't have to have such a big pillar in there for the candle to sit on. There's that. And I do like to do the 4 because you don't want it flopping on any edge. It might, might get bent or creased. So there we go. And now this is the way I'm going to do it. And so you have 3 little windows. Now what I would do, if you had to get really close to a crease, I would go ahead and crease it again to make sure that it's going to behave when you have it standing up. So yeah, so now, and so that's what it's going to look like. So then I'm just going to write my Happy Thanksgiving on this one, not the same thing. Happy Thanksgiving. And there we go. So that's all I'm going to do. Now you could still write everything that you're thankful for on there. Or if you get to visit with your family, you can have everybody sign your little candle cover and just be thankful that you get to spend time with your family this year. So the back, this is our very last thing that we're going to do. You're going to make sure that it lines up. And I do it long ways so that it doesn't make so much of a hole in it. Go down and get my middle. There's that. And go down and get the last little bit. And there we have it. There's your candle cover, your new one. Now, the other thing, I will show you this. I was going to do this too. I am actually going to put little baubles on to give it a little bit more interest like that. I'll just show you with tape. I didn't bring my glue stick with me, but I just wanted a little pop more of color. So I wanted to just show you. It doesn't have to be boring just because it's paper. It could be jazzed up a bit. Keep that movement going. And one more. There you go. And you have yourself a very cool little candle cover, Thanksgiving candle cover. Now, the other thing you can do with this, if you have the time or inclination, is cut up little chips of fall colored paper and just glue them on to make it look like fall confetti. Or if you have actually little bling things, you can stick them on there. Actually, whatever you do, I hope that you have things to be thankful for, and I hope that you are keeping safe and enjoying this holiday. We will see you at the library.